All right, you guys, a lot of you have reached out to me this week, going through some things, wondering what to do next. So I thought this morning, this is our Saturday morning reading, I thought this morning I would do a little reading for each zodiac sign about what's my next step. And these messages, I do recommend that you write down your sun, moon, rising, and Venus, just a couple words for each of the readings, and see if you can try to glean a whole brand new messages out of those four pieces. And sometimes super fascinating to do that. So I do recommend that. Some of you are also asking me about the retrograde, the end of 2023 retrograde video I did live. So here's the link. That was a video where I went through each zodiac sign and we talked about the retrogrades, and I gave some guidance on what's coming up for you. So you may want to check that out. All right, so let's see where we go, what's happening. Let's start with Virgo. We are moving into Virgo time. I am going to be doing a video about not just September, but I want to talk about the Virgo new moon, which is going to be super duper powerful, very important. Especially for people born between 1961 and 1965. It's going to have so much impact on you guys, Gen Xers, 61 to 68, I think, 61 to 68. And I'll explain that in the video. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit subscribe and click that bell so you get notified of future videos. We also have Jupiter going into retrograde in September, which is also going to be a massive situation for fire signs and anybody who has Jupiter as part of an important piece of their birth chart. Okay, so let's start with Virgo. Let's get some advice for Virgo. Let's see where we go here. So Virgo, please, grounded. That feels pretty comfortable to me. Grounded, 10 of Cups, death, and the 5 of Cups. Wow, what's going on, Virgo? Okay, some of you have come to the end of a cycle here. And the grounded energy, one of the things that is being asked of you is to not get ahead of yourself, okay? Don't get too far over your skis. Just stay grounded, stay focused. I do feel like something is, a cycle is completing. And nature, just like everything else on this planet, there are cycles. So things begin, things go through the time that they're on, in flux or in working order, and then they end. Every single thing goes through this on the planet. And so Virgo, I feel like you're going to be dealing with this, and there are some kind of relationships that may end. You may be purging friends, or moving on from a company, moving on from your own something that you've built. Some of you are doing this, but I just want to assure you that it has come to some kind of natural closure. And I think the next step here is to allow. Okay, nature wants to be in balance. Everything must be in balance. So whenever something goes off in your life, maybe you think it's going off sideways, the fact is it's not linear. Things aren't linear. Things don't work like that. Things go through cycles, and they go through up, and then through the existence piece, and then through the down, and then come back up again. So that's what's going on for you. Some of you could be ending a relationship, or some of you could be ending your business, or ending a career of some kind. And I want to say to you, Ace of Wands, there's a new idea coming in, a new thought coming in. That is the next step. So clear some space for yourself so you can embrace this, so you can give it space to come in. Okay, need to do that. All right, that's for Virgo. What about for Libra? Oh, look at you, guides. Okay, Libra, being asked to develop your spiritual practice. Yes, yes, yes. Ace of Swords, 10 of Wands, holy moly, and the 9 of Cups. One more, please. 7 of Swords. So anybody who is not really in alignment with this Ace of Swords, I feel like you have people who are not in alignment with the Ace of Swords. I feel like you're the one who's really speaking truth. You're going to be stopping overdoing what you're doing. Maybe you're taking on other people's energy, taking on other people's responsibilities. It's time for you to step into what you want to do. And it's also time for people who are maybe not in alignment with that to go. Okay? I think there are people not in alignment with where you want to go. 9 of Cups. This is the next step, is really to determine what is next for you. What do you want to do? And this 10 of Wands is very important. You've got to offload other people's energy. You've got to stop taking on other people's responsibilities. You are not responsible for other people's success or failure or happiness even. You know, you're here to enhance that for a partner, a one-to-one partner, but you're not really responsible for them being happy. They are responsible for being happy. People are also responsible for their own, their own work, their own efforts. Like, I feel like you're trying to do too much. Okay? I feel like you're trying to do too much. The guides are saying, this is the work. This is the next step. Get back in touch with us so we can help you understand your truth and where you want to go. The guides are ready to give you information. All you got to do is plug in. Okay, Libra, that's for you. All you got to do is plug in. Scorpio, for you, my darlings, transformation, that's your card. That is your card. The King of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups. So definitely Scorpio, I feel like this is a reorientation around abundance, what it means to you. And I feel like you might be rethinking, if you've been very, very attracted to focus on money in your life, you might be really much more interested in focusing on relationships or friends or something like that. The 7 of Cups and the 3 of Cups is the 10 of Cups. So that's kind of a nice energy. Chariot, moving forward. In order to move forward, this is what I'm going to be talking about with the Virgo new moon. Most Gen Xers have Uranus and Pluto in Virgo. Okay, it's called the Virgo generation. And in order to move forward, I feel like what's going to be changing for a lot of us is what we value, what we appreciate, what's important to us. And I think a lot of that's coming from an inner transformation that says, well, these outer trappings, they're fun, they're fine, I get where success, the definition of success, but I feel like Gen X, even though we're a small generation, I feel like we might be changing the definition of success. That might be because we are the generation that does stuff for ourselves, right? The unparented generation, all due respect to the great parents who parented us, but we were left on our own a lot. And so that, you may have not thought was that good, but it made resilient people. So especially if you're Gen X, you may not be Gen X or anything like that, but there is something about reorienting, Scorpio, what it is that you think is successful and how you're living your life. That's coming in for you. The next step is to really understand what is important to you. So reevaluating your goals and your desires, and also seeing friends and relationships in a different light. All right. So that's for Scorpio. Now, what's the next step for Sag? What is the next step for Sag? New life coming in. New life coming in. 6 of Pentacles. Get some help. 6 of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. 8 of Cups. And one more, please. One more, please. The 6 of Wands. So this is a victory card. So spoiler alert, you're going to be victorious at this. Okay, so I don't even need to talk about that. What I do need to talk about is that there is a new life coming in, and you are going to be needing new people around you, needing new help. Okay, so it's possible you got 6 and 6 and then the 8 of Cups. It's possible that the work for you is to walk away from anything that feels like a grind. All right, you could also be walking away from a Virgo, or you could be walking away from that kind of stuff. Now, when I was just talking about Virgo, the Virgo generation, there is a sense of, because it's Pluto and Uranus in Virgo for that generation, we are the generation of transformation and innovation. Okay, especially at this particular time, with Pluto being at the Pluto return in America, the Pluto energy of massive transformation. It's the higher octave of Mars, and it does rule Scorpio. So in order to create something new, I feel like we are doing the detail work around what does it look like to innovate? What does it look like? And if we're doing things that are too old school or too hard, too grindy, too not uplifting, then I feel like we're going to need to walk away from this. On a different scale, some of you might be actually walking away from a Virgo because they can't make a decision, or they're not able to put things in place and go with you on the path of your new life. Some of you may be leaving that behind. Okay, and the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, I definitely feel like there's victory in the air. You may need some new people around you, okay, especially if people are dragging you down. No offense to Knight of Pentacles, very reliable. They're very good to have around, but right now you need lift, okay, Sag? So you're needing some lift. Capricorn, let me just make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, Capricorn, what's for you right now? Healer. Six of Swords, moving forward fast. Six of Swords, Seven of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords. What's going on with you here? And then okay, again, spoiler alert, you're getting free of some kind of toxicity or some kind of energy that's been holding you back. The thing that likely has been holding you back is worried about what is going to become of other people when you go in your direction. I feel like some of you might even be going to see a healer or opening up to your healer purpose in this life, and that may throw some things that were very traditional into flux. I feel like you're very worried about what's going to happen to other people, okay? And I do feel like you need to get yourself free. There's something here, similar energy about not being responsible for everybody's ability to make the turn, okay? Like if you have a love partner who is really resisting any kind of innovation or any kind of new thinking, that can put you in a place of low vibe. That can put you in a place of, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here, because that person won't move forward. But I feel like you are moving forward, and I feel like that's their decision. It's not your job to heal them. It's not your job, and that may have actually stopped you, right? Especially if you're stepping into being a healer. You may have stopped yourself from moving forward because nothing seems to work with this person, or nothing seems to work with this situation, the sitch, okay? But you are moving forward fast, Capricorn, and I hate to say that, but it's not really your job to do the healing work for another person. What healers do is they make the conditions available for healing to take place. Look at doctors. If you get a broken leg, they put it so that the body can heal itself. If you have something going on that you need an operation for, they're the ones that make the conditions correct for healing. Every kind of healer does that. So whether you're a teacher, teachers are healers too. They make conditions right for people to go, aha. That's healing energy. All right, Capricorn, so maybe you're even blocking yourself from that. Time to not block yourself. All right, Aquarius, for you, what is going on for you, Aquarius? Wow, trust. Three of Swords, King of Wands, Lovers, oh boy, and the King of Swords. That's your card. I think you have to be less sentimental. I mean, you're not all that sentimental, but maybe you are. Okay, you could have a Cancer moon. Okay. All right, so Aquarius, be less sentimental here. I think you're dealing with maybe a fire sign or a Gemini. And I just feel like this isn't going anywhere. You're going somewhere, but I feel like it's your choice. And I feel like it has to be made without a lot of emotion. Okay, and that might feel really weird to you that I'm saying that, but you have to trust that there's a divine plan here. And it's also, maybe it is about trust, and that's the reason it's not working or not going to work, because there is no trust, or it's very hard to rebuild trust or something like that. I think the King of Swords goes, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? If this isn't building, then it's stagnating. If this isn't growing, then it's dying. Okay? So we've got to make a decision here. I feel like it's your decision. And if you are to the place where you're not making that decision because you're worried about hurting another person, maybe there's some things you need to say, and let's see where we go. Okay? So that's the next step, is maybe I just need to say some things that are my truth, and let's see how that unfolds. Okay? That's the first step. Pisces for you, air energy coming through. 8 of Wands, the Moon, the Magician. Wow, Pisces. Okay. I'm getting, every time I do a Pisces reading, I'm getting an unplugged feeling. I'm getting a feeling of like, I don't know where I am, like very Neptune-y. So Neptune is in retrograde. Neptune is your planetary ruler, and it's in retrograde right now. So it's like doubling down on the I'm not sure where I am kind of feeling. I keep getting that feeling every time I'm doing a reading for Pisces. So the next thing to do is to sort of anchor yourself in your passion. You also may have a fire sign or a Gemini that you're dealing with. Okay, so air is about thinking and ideas. Okay, and I feel like this symbol is for air, but I almost feel like I'm looking at this feeling like, are you cutting off your heart, or are you letting your heart cutting off your head, cutting off any kind of logic, right? There's a separation between my heart and my head, and I feel like I'm ready to blast off. I'm ready to go with my heart. I'm ready to do things. But there is that feeling of disconnect. So I do feel that this moon, right, this moon energy, it's Cancer's ruler is the moon. And there is a beautiful kind of feeling to this. There is a validation of your feelings about where you want to go. But I also feel like you're cutting off your logic about it. And so following your passion is a wonderful thing. Okay, I think you are manifesting and you will blast off. I just feel like it's a matter of time because, you know, it's possible that you don't know exactly where you want to go yet. You just know you want to go. You just know that you want to, like, you just know it, and you are trying to connect actions with your heart's desire. I'm feeling there's a little bit of a disconnect there. I'll do one more for Pisces here. Ace of Pentacles. Brand new day, brand new opportunity. You've got to invest the time and effort in a very kind of disciplined way. Okay, because it's Pentacles. Discipline. Saturn in retrograde as well right now. Discipline is necessary. Okay, Aries, for you, my darling, knowledge. Excuse me, knowledge. Ooh, look at this. High Priestess, Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Empress card. I like this a lot. So Aries, I feel like you're going to be on the receiving end of a lot of new information. Okay? This is the receptive energy of the Empress, the receptive spiritual energy of the High Priestess. What's coming in, what your next step is, I feel like you have to learn how to create a disciplined spiritual practice. I also feel like learning to receive, right? Because Aries energy is fire. It's externally, you know, it's extending yourself out into the world. It's taking action. It's doing things. And I feel like this is very feminine energy of receptivity. So the next step is to learn how to listen. Learn how to listen from spirit. Learn how to receive compliments and love. Learn. Page of Pentacles. These are two divine feminines, the divine feminines of the deck. And I feel like there's messages trying to come through to you that are going to help you move forward. But first you have to receive them. So it's not just about putting the next decision you make or the next move is to receive. Very opposite of Aries, right? The very opposite. She is the Empress, right? Your card is the Emperor. So this is about really kind of embracing your spiritual receptivity and your divine feminine energy, and listen to your guides for the next step. There's a lot for them to say. They have a lot of things to say. Okay. That was kind of like Sagittarius, actually, which is fire sign. Taurus, for you, Taurus, relief. Hanged Man. Wow. 10 of Swords. 2 of Pentacles. So there is something coming to an end, right? There is something coming to an end. You have some, maybe it's, it can be something that's been stuck for quite a while in your life, something that needs to end. You know it. You know exactly what this is. You kind of have to let it happen, Taurus. I don't think you can affect change here. I think, again, this is a divine feminine of allowing. And this is just about a thinking or a mulling over of new opportunities. There is no action here. Because first, this has to happen. First, the ending has to happen. There's no movement forward until we complete a cycle. I feel like you might have been resisting completing a cycle with a person or with a experience. Like, I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel the end of it. And so you might be mulling around in the future, and you may even be getting some kind of invitation or something like that. But you do need to finish one cycle before the next one starts. So that's the next thing for Taurus, is to allow the cycle to close. Okay? Allow. Gemini. What about for Gemini here? Water. 2 of Wands. Sun. 5 of Pentacles. One more. And the 2 of Swords. I feel like you're headed in a really good direction here. I feel like somebody is holding you back. Somebody is holding you back. Somebody that has a lot of low self-esteem or low self-confidence or something like that, holding you back. It's somebody who is important to you. I feel like they're important to you. And I feel like you have to make a decision for your own happiness. And what's really being asked of you is you really need to feel. You need to feel and understand what your happiness and joy looks like, because I feel like you outsource your happiness and joy. You think this person is your happiness and joy, but I don't feel like they are. I feel like you got to find your happiness and joy inside. That's one of the messages right now going on in a big way. And so finding your happiness and joy without this person, and then making a decision of like, okay, I have happiness and joy whether they're in my life or not. I have growth whether they're in my life or not. I didn't know that because I've never tapped into my feelings, but I'm making a decision to move toward the sun. All right. Some of you could literally be moving toward the sun. Others of you are saying, I have to offload this heavier energy. Very 5 of Pentacles. Somebody's, you may have a partner who has a lot of credit card debt or something like that, or they just can't get out of their own way in terms of money. And it's because they have very low self-esteem. Okay. And I do feel like there is a sense of a good team. You've been a good team or something like that. But right now they're feeling burned out. They're feeling low. They're feeling all these things. And I feel like you need to make a decision to move toward the sun. Okay. Gemini, that's for you. Cancer, we'll do Cancer and then Leo. Cancer, soulmate. At the end here, I'll do a reading for everybody. Soulmate, Page of Wands, 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So Cancer, you have a message coming in for you about a soulmate. Okay, about a soulmate. This is somebody who does love you and is very inspirational to you. There's somebody who is single. Okay, and the message is coming in about them. Star. So they're moving into a healing realm, and I feel like that's going to impact you. Sometimes this could be a twin flame. So when you are, and the message is also a message of hope. I feel like this person brings a message of hope. They could be Aquarius, or they could be water sign. What was this other one? Oh yeah, Page of Wands. A little bit of fire there. This is somebody who has new ideas, innovation, wants to move forward. I feel like you might be getting the message that they are going to be moving forward. If this is a twin flame and they're stepping into their own healing, that can have a positive impact on you because they're not healing you. But because of the same high self, you are going to be motivated to do healing work on yourself. You can't stay in this lower vibration, this feeling of rundownness or anything like that. This person is stepping into their higher vibration, and it's kind of inspirational to you. So Cancer, I feel like that message is coming through. The next step is for you to align with your own healing as well. All right, Leo, full disclosure, I did forget you, so I'm not going to forget you now. So let's do something a little special, okay? So, for Leo, psychic, full moon. Oh, wow. Full moon. We have a full moon at the end of this month. Message. Oh, my goodness. All right. Leo is coming at it. They're doing their own message. All right. So we have a full moon in Pisces. I just did a video the other day about that full moon in Pisces and the message that wants to come through. So a little bit of guidance here for you, Leo. It's really like get cracking on your spiritual path. Start your spiritual connection. Start talking to spirit guides. I walk around my house and I talk to them all the time. I'm like, okay, I need a little help here. I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do next, but let's see what's happening for Leo. Something definitely wants to come through for you, Leo, and I don't know if you're paying attention. Leo, if you're listening, Knight of Wands underneath, Taurus energy of the Hierophant. That's a spiritual leader. Justice energy. Seven of Cups. And the Page of Swords. A message. I just feel like you're so head down in things right now. Okay, I feel like you're really head down. Maybe you have a lot going on. Maybe there is some kind of big legal case. Maybe there is some kind, it could be, you know, an inheritance or divorce hearing or something like that. I feel like you don't know which way to turn. I feel like this is very, very... Taurus and Libra is the Empress energy. That is divine feminine energy. And it's like, I'm just waiting. I don't have any choice. I've just got to wait. So if you're feeling like that, like this is like, you know, underneath, it's like the Corvette up on blocks, like running high at 80 miles an hour, but can't get off the dime. So little confusion about what happens next. The message comes in and kind of cuts you down. Okay. Cuts you down from this holding pattern you've been in, moving towards something brand new. This is exciting. This is a brand new idea, business, okay, something really important coming through on the full moon in Pisces, August 30th. Okay, Ace of Wands, what's that? 10 of Cups, Death, Page of Wands, and the 10 of Wands. I feel like there's a lot of good, I'm gonna sneeze. Good insight coming in, but also like you need to just pace yourself here. Okay, you could really overdo it. And I'm just going to say this, okay? This may not apply to many of you, but some of you may be in for an inheritance. Okay, there may be a person in your family passing away or something like that. I have the Hierophant and I have the Justice card, and we have this like we're waiting, we don't know what's going on. Some of you might be dealing with a family matriarch, a family patriarch, or something like that. If you are dealing with that, that's probably only for a small number of you. You're going to be able to get free of this very soon, or free of the waiting anyway. And I just feel like you could take on a lot of stuff that isn't yours. So just please, like if you are left like the family business, or if you are left something that is maybe you've got to think twice before you really take it on, because I feel like it might look like a good idea at first, but after a while, 10 of Wands. Okay, this is going to be a little overwhelming. So the message is the next step is like, we're having a waiting game right here. What you need to do is to step into your psychic capability and know there's a message coming through to you on the full moon. Something is happening on August 30th for you, Leo. So my apologies, but there you go. If you've been feeling burned out or feeling low, it's time to change that. Okay, so let's do a reading for everybody watching. Let's do a reading for everybody watching. I'm going to move this over here. Okay, let's see what wants to come through for the collective, please. What wants to come through for the collective? If you like this content, please don't be afraid to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much. All right, let's see where we go. All right. not for you. There's a lot of endings going on right now, a lot of shedding of old relationships. Soulmate, TikTok. Wow. So soulmates are people who are in our lives to help us learn about ourselves. And some of you could be letting go of a person who's taught you and there's nothing more that you can learn from them. Some of you are going toward a soulmate because you've decided a certain situation, maybe a platonic relationship, isn't for you. TikTok, there is a time limit here. So if you have decided that you're not in a relationship that you want to be in and you want to move towards somebody else, there's a window of opportunity. It's not just like forever, okay? There's a window of opportunity here. Queen of Wands underneath could be a Sag, Aries, Leo, or a Libra. Ace of Pentacles, yes, the window is closing. The window is closing. I feel like this person will resist you, especially if you're taking a long time. Okay. 9 of Pentacles, self-confident. This could be a life partner for you. This is somebody who is a possible life partner. This is also about you. If this is you closing out on a cycle, this is about you taking yourself more seriously or taking yourself to the next level. 8 of Wands, being a community leader or a spiritual leader of some kind, going to the next level. Yeah, Moon, there's some fear around this. Fool, brand new path, my friend. You got the World and the Fool, my goodness. Next steps, High Priestess. Step into your spiritual connection. Ask your guides. Okay, I almost feel like some of you are moving beyond a situation and moving toward becoming who you're here to become, right? Becoming a spiritual leader, teacher, guide. I've talked about that for forever. Hermit. Some of you, look at all the spiritual leadership cards, all 3 of them. The Hermit, the High Priestess, and the Hierophant. All the H's. Triple H. You guys, the soulmate we're talking about that you might want to step forward toward, especially leaving behind something, is a spiritual partner. This is somebody who's going to elevate your ability to be seen on the planet as a spiritual leader. Wheel of Fortune. Wow. 3 of Swords, Temperance, and the outcome is the Queen of Pentacles. So you're following 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, and then the 6 of Swords. Okay, so let's talk about this. So this is how you're showing up as the 9 of Pentacles. I almost feel like you're leaving behind someone who isn't for you, who is not that spiritual, someone who is more of a 9-to-5 corporate America kind of person. And I just feel like you're stepping towards a life partner who is on the spiritual path, who has already been there. This person's a spiritual person. And you're becoming that because that is your future. That is your destiny. That is your fate. So a lot of you are getting out of situations. 3 of Swords. It may not be easy to get out of a situation that has been very traditional. But once you do it, once you step away from it, woo, look at that. 8 of Wands. The guides have a lot to say to you. Okay, the High Priestess showing up in the near future. How we got here, I'm ready for a new path. If you have been saying that to the universe, even though you're a little bit terrified of it, the moon is saying, listen, follow your deep intuition is correct. Your deep intuition is correct. The hopes and fears, just ask Archangel Michael for some help here, please. Okay? Ask for protection, ask for help. Queen of Pentacles. I feel like you're able to ground and step into this role in such a beautiful way, and you are moving forward. What you need to do is take better care of yourself. I feel like this old relationship, you were taking care of so many people, of so much other stuff, so many other people's needs and things like that, that you were draining yourself. Stepping toward this spiritual soulmate is the future. That's the next step. The next step is to 3 of Swords. Not for you. You know what part of your life is not for you. It's time to leave it. Okay? It's time to leave that behind. All right, so that's for everybody. That's the collective energy. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Next steps, next steps. Let's get cracking. Paradigm shifting news, gentlemen and ladies. Time to get cracking.